what's up guys and gals? My name is Rick9G. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be looking at I Love Lucy. More specifically, we're going to be looking at 2 episodes and how in both episodes we see their apartment complex roof. We see both Lucy and Ethel go up there, and interestingly enough, there are big differences there, so we're going to take a look at that. I want to thank all the new subscribers and the subscribers who have been here for a while and have been supporting me. Truly, you have made my channel what it is today. Thank you so much for the growth. At the moment, we're over 23,000 subscribers, so absolutely, that is all due to you. Thank you so much. Now, interestingly enough, both of these episodes that I'm going to talk about today are from Season 2 of I Love Lucy. The first one is from Vacation from Marriage. Now, in this one, Lucy and Ethel decide that they need some time away from the boys and the marriages in themselves because they're in a rut. But when they try to sneak back on the top of the apartment roof, they notice that they get locked outside and the boys come and surprise them. Now to the other episode, this is personally one of my favorites of the entire series. It's called Ricky and Fred Are TV Fans. Now this is also from Season 2, but it is in the second apartment, the larger apartment, whereas the first one takes place in the old apartment. Now this TV episode, it's with Ricky and Fred. They're glued to the television set because they're watching a boxing match. Now Lucy and Ethel go to the corner diner only to find that everyone there is watching the fight too. So what's worse, they're mistaken for notorious Sticky Fingers Sal and Pickpocket Pearl thieves when they're again on top of the apartment roof and they get arrested. I want to more importantly take a look at the sets that were made for both of these episodes. The aim of this video isn't to look at every single detail and every single difference, but if you look at some that I missed that you want to highlight, go ahead and put them in the comments down below. I want to start with, of course, Vacation from Marriage. Now you could see starting from that little closet looking thing, that's basically the stairs that lead up from inside the apartment building onto the roof itself, and you can just see what it looks like. You can see the door, you can see how many rafters, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 of them, and then you could see there's some boards leaning on that little, again, it's a little shack. It looks like a little shack that they use for the scene. Notice that there is a hose attached to that little shack. That's what I'm going to call it from now on. And then look at where Lucy and Ethel are. There's kind of looking down, because remember, they're on the top of an apartment complex. You can see the whole nightlife and the entire skyline behind them. So if they basically jump off that little ledge, it's not really high, it's just 2 or 3 feet high, they go down, of course, to their deaths. And so notice that there's no real building behind them or super close adjacent to where they are. There's pretty much a drop. I also want you to notice that there are pretty much no wires except of those who are in the far distance, part of the backdrop scenery. Nothing in terms of over the girls' heads or anything like that next to them. No major wiring or any antenna or anything like that to think about. The girls are able, especially Lucy, she's the one who gets that board and puts it right between those 2 buildings for them to quote-unquote walk across. Just notice the proximity there, see that there's no fence, everything like that. We're going to move to the next episode and we're going to see the major differences. Now, I know a lot of you may ask, well, what's the difference? What's the big deal? Why are you looking at these roofs? Well, technically, remember, they moved from one apartment, the one with the bricks in the back with no window, to the larger one with the extra room for little Ricky, and then, of course, that window in the middle of the living room. There's 2 different apartments that they're in during the course of the show, and then later a house. So they didn't move out of the apartment complex in both of these episodes. They just moved apartments. So it's the same building. So therefore the roof should be exactly the same. It shouldn't change. The only reason anything should really change is that Fred and Ethel decide to do something themselves and they do some really major remodeling there, which, hey, could be seen as something that is true. They could have raised the wall, they could have changed the look of that shack, they could have changed the floor, they could have added all that wiring. But the question is, why wasn't there in the first place? Let's go take a look at the other episode. So this one is from the TV Fans episode. Now, of course, we move over to this and these images, and you'll see that it is very different. You still see that shack, but there's no layers on the door. You could say, hey, they replaced the door. But look at all the wiring that is next to Lucy and Ethel. Right in front of them, it was not present. There's also this big giant antenna. It looks like a TV antenna behind them. They even peer out, and they see all of this wiring. You can also see the close proximity. Basically, Lucy and Ethel could touch the windows of that apartment complex next door. Maybe it's their apartment, and they're lit above them. Those aren't present in the first episode. I want to know your thoughts about this. To me, it's just very interesting. It's not me ragging on the show. I absolutely love the show. It's, in my opinion, the greatest show of all time. But it is interesting to see that there's no consistency here. And that's, I don't know, how many of you caught this? I caught this myself, but how many of you noticed that there were large differences here? Again, for someone who probably watched this once when the episodes aired, no one would notice, but now with reruns, it would be something that we would notice. So I want to know your thoughts down below. Any major differences that you want to highlight and point out, I would love to see them in the comments down below. Also, guys and gals, I want to announce the winner of the I Love Lucy giveaway. I did a giveaway of an I Love Lucy DVD in color, the ones with the John Wayne, where they go to LA and they meet John Wayne, Lucy and Grauman's Chinese, where of course John Wayne sticks his feet in the cement and Lucy gets her foot stuck in that bucket of cement. Great episode. I'm going to announce the winner here. And I want to give a big congratulations to Chris Gray. Thank you so much, Chris Gray. No payment is involved on your end. I will contact you, and I'm so excited to have you receive this DVD. All Chris had to do was subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, and of course, leave a comment with a keyword at the end. I'm going to do more giveaways like this, so be sure you are subscribed. Be sure you are a part of this community to be able to be in the next giveaway. We'll see you next time, guys and gals, and don't forget to stay positive and most importantly, be hope.